every year there is something new, and every year it is better. And even if the first one was so great, we had so much fun, we learned so much, we exchanged so much with young people coming from all African countries and beyond. The second one, we really exchanged with experts in global health from all over the world.
If you are a man dating and the lady is not responding, make sure you use art. You write a poem, you write a song, or you do any piece of art, then the response will be yes. Let me just say I'm very happy to announce that this festival is officially open.
We took the time to get everyone tested and everything ready, as we see. So relevant with our topic, the different change that we experienced during this pandemic. This is definitely one of them. So, as she said, my name is Janvier. I'm working with GHE as the organizer for HAMWE Festival. So, today is our first day, and Zuena made us the honor to be the MC, and she's going to take us through all these different things we have prepared for you. We have the honor to have with us Honorable Minister of State for Culture and Youth. Yeah. Clap, gentlemen, clap. Thank you very much, Honorable. Distinguished guests, as well as the leadership of the UGHE, represented by Dr. Agnes Binangwaho. How we plan to organize is that we wanted really to have a conversation rather than a press conference where we would be there telling you about what we do.
It's still the pandemic, so I think Zoom also still works. Now, without further ado, let's just start with today's topic. Right now, we're going to look at the role of art in health and the contribution of HAMWE Festival. So the session will only last 30 minutes, and I would like to also invite each of you to contribute. If a question to another panelist inspires you, or to add a reply, of course. So now, let's just start with a question, a general question for everyone. Starting with you, Dr. Agnes. After 3 editions of HAMWE Festival, could you talk to us about your experience at the festival and participation?
So my experience has been crescendo, meaning every year there is something new, and every year it is better. And even if the first one was so great, we had so much fun, we learned so much, we exchanged so much with young people coming from all African countries and beyond. The second one, we really exchanged with experts in global health from all over the world, from Australia, US, Europe, many parts of Africa, Latin America, and we discussed together, because this is the power of HAMWE Festival. It is to be in direct discussion with what happened globally. It's the University of Global Health, but HAMWE Festival is really a global discussion in the field of heart and health. And it has helped us, the experts in global health, to dig more in what heart can provide. And it started by bringing the realization of artists at the discussion with HAMWE. And you will see this year that we are at the 3rd level. HAMWE is producing global health arts and are bringing it on the table for discussion. Also, it has shown us that global health and art, you can do so much with it for the patient. It helps people to heal quicker. It helps people to feel less pain. It helps people to feel less stress. And it has been proven that the hormone of stress, cortisol, is decreasing in the blood of people that face stress. So the people feel better. But it also improves the well-being in a society. And we can even see here in Rwanda, as more we develop, as more we exchange in communities, as more the heart takes space in the life of our community. So I have learned a lot, and every year now I'm so curious about what the team is going to bring us, because every year it's better.
Most definitely. I couldn't agree more, because I've participated in most of them and I've only seen amazing things.
To figure out global health and heart. So this is something that as Rwandan, as UJG, as people working at the University of Global Health Security, we need to be proud of, because we are not following and buying like we used to do in science, in health. We are creating, we are inspiring, and we are driving the car. So we are partnered with WHO, we help them inspire, but not only. Recently, the head of our department at UJG went in Berlin, and Berlin was so impressed with what they do, that their museum want to partner with us. And you know, Honorable Minister, that we have a partnership with the Museum of Rwanda.
Amazing.
To promote heart, One Health, and health as a whole.
Amazing.
So that's part of the question.
That's amazing, that's amazing. You've actually mentioned that Rwanda, we started it in Rwanda, and now it's going globally. This is amazing news. This shows not only that we can create and inspire other people, we can create and inspire ourselves, but we can create and inspire the whole world. Amazing, this is really amazing. Now to just go back a bit to Dr. Shayla, what role the arts as a partner can play in advancing health equity? Let's just start with you.
Could we have the sound direct to Shayla?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Oh, great. So the arts, which includes the visual, the auditory, the sensory, the movement, really contribute so much to the physiological and psychological health of all humans, and we know that. We need to study that more and create more evidence around that. But a critical piece of really fighting for global health equity is fighting for quality health care. And health care is enhanced by addressing this core component of us as humans. And I think arts play a big role in that. I think we expect our patients, and our patients are in such a vulnerable position when we care for them. And arts can help us as providers also be vulnerable with patients, because it explores and opens up another side of us. So I think it's really critical that we are also focusing our current healthcare providers, as well as the next generation healthcare providers, to embrace the art as a core component of what we need to do in education and what we need to do in ensuring quality healthcare. I think we know that in health equity, it's a challenge often in resources, and arts is a place where we can invest. Surrounded by young people, men and women who were dying, it was often challenging to not just be a patient in bed. And I remember vividly one mother bringing in beautiful paintings her son had done and put them throughout her room, and how that made everyone, when they entered that room, this patient as a person, not just as a diagnosis in bed. So I think it's imperative if we want mental health equity that we in arts and health for our community, but also for our healthcare providers, because that's going to allow us to be empathetic, quality healthcare providers, and that's so critical in ensuring global health equity. And an important thing that I think we need to continue to shout in this class, because that's a place that, an area that we can really show our commitment to each other.
Right. I think we've seen a lot in movies where kids who have cancers, they like to bring them clown, they like to bring them entertainment to make them basically remind them that there's so much more to smile for. I believe that definitely art is we need to include it in health as much as we can. Now coming back to you, Dr. Agnes, we've seen the pandemic, we saw how it affected a lot of people, not only the economy, but then people personally, mentally. Now, for the third edition of HAMWE Festival, it aims at reflecting on the social changes that have occurred since the start of COVID-19 pandemic in late 2019. Could you tell us a bit about that and why the arts are so important in these times?
So this is an important question. Because art is important for health and beyond. There is a great echo. I like my voice, but I don't like to hear. Thank you. But the pandemic has stressed the world, really. The number of mental health conditions has increased dramatically due to the lockdown, the people that were isolated, the mental health condition has deteriorated. Already we know that mental health is a problem that is neglected. COVID-19 has made it worse. Because students have been put out of their education, the world has seen a regression in the economy. For the first time, the African continent is rolling back in economy due to the fact that economy has been put on hold and health system has been disturbed. Many people, in Rwanda it's okay, it was well managed. In some countries it's okay. But in some countries, other countries, it was not the case. People had faced COVID, but has faced also the fact that COVID has halted the delivery of health. Not in our country, but has. And also now, imagine, every time you read the paper, every time you open the radio, the television, what do you hear? 4 million deaths, we reach 5 million deaths, etc. And also, the injustice in the response of COVID globally. So the news are not good. And you are alone, and we have less interconnection with human. And we are human beings, made in our definition, we are living in collectivity, in communities. We miss that. Because when we are sad, what are we doing? We seek support to the loved ones. We seek support, or we just talk to the people we know. And being alone has really bring problems to people. Not also that people who had already mental health problems, without being able to have the follow-up and the support they usually have, were really bad, because it was a moment they needed very much and they didn't get it. But now, in some countries, pregnant women again deliver at home with all the risks, etc. So the regression of the progress in health, in economy, has really stressed people. And that's where heart can come, because studies have shown that in a community that promotes heart openly, the cohesion is higher, the social capital is higher, students perform better at school, there is less violence, 18% reduction in major crimes, 18% increase in children's success in math and English. So I take math and English to show that in science and in neighborhood, we see the difference. So it's like art is making us more intelligent. It's making the society more cohesive. It helps people and communities to pass through stress time, challenging time. So that's my answer. Art is really needed, especially in period like COVID. Thank you.
Right.
It was great. The second one, because of COVID, we did it virtually, interacting with all the world. And this time, the team at UJG has produced art piece, film, to show the fight, the use of art in the fight against COVID for wellness and good health. And we hope that those films, Honorable Minister, you will see them and help us to circulate them. It is free. It's just to really promote the integration of art in the life of the people. And as when I told you that 18% more success, if I knew I will give so much art to my kids when they were at school. But we can do so much. So now, everybody, those who are following on the video and those who are here in the room, it's my great honor to call on the stage Honorable Minister Edouard to share with us his view. And as I told you, Minister is an artist.
Thank you very much. So you want me to sit or to stand?
Yes.
Sit.
Yes.
Both. Thank you. Tonight I'm not performing. I'm going to give a speech. Dr. Professor Dieu Agnes Binangwaho, my friend, Vice Chancellor of University of Global Health Unit Equity, dear Dr. Shira, is she following? The CEO and Board Chair of Partners in Health, dear Christophe, World Health Organization, all protocol observed. It is with great pleasure to have been invited to this great festival, unique and very extraordinary combination of health and creativity. The Ministry of Youth and Culture congratulates the University of Global Health to have established HAMWE Festival. Now it's the third edition. We thank you. Since the World Health Organization declared COVID-19 a global pandemic on March 11, 2020, the novel coronavirus has had an enormous effect globally and in all sectors. The culture and creativity industry have been among the first sector to shut their door in response to the COVID pandemic and one of the most affected sectors. It is very important that the University of Global Health Equity took the lead by establishing such a festival, which supports the culture and creative industry. We thank you very much for the initiative. In Rwanda, the culture and creative industry, composed by plastic art, dance and music, fashion, modeling, beauty, acting and drama, as well as cinematography and photography. The Ministry of Youth and Culture is very happy and aware that you consider all of them in this important festival. I'm saying this because for the next 4 days, music, musicians, writers, filmmakers, dancers, and the other arts will share their experience, creativity, production, as well as collaborate with professionals from the health sector in order to heal our world using creativity. Thanks to the University of Global Health Equity and its partners like campus, where art has been shown to improve physically and mentally health, but beyond that, have a positive impact in social cohesion. In the case of Rwanda, during the COVID-19, art has been participating in response by conveying their prevention message and providing comfort to our people using their talent. Everyone can imagine if we went into this lockdown with no music, with no poem, with no movie. You can imagine that life could not be easy. If I take you back to the life a little bit after genocide, Rwandans, they were supposed to be united. That was the key political agenda of RPF, this ruling party that liberated the country. But I can tell you that the art has played a big role to bring this unity and reconciliation. You can imagine if you have your families who are perpetrators of this genocide. Genocide took place when you were young, and you want to face your parents, telling them to ask for forgiveness, telling them to apologize, telling them to accept their responsibility. It was not easy. But using poems, using movie, using articles, using books, we are able to tell our parents that they have to apologize to accept what they did. It was easy or a shortcut to give a message to the victim of genocide, those who survived the genocide, to tell them using art that they can forgive. They can stay together with their perpetrators. It was not easy, but everyone can testify in Rwanda, art has played a role for this post-genocide life. And even when we are remembering, in these 100 days of commemoration, it is not easy. But because of art, we can give a message, we can send message to the families using this way of art. So I will call everyone to respect art, and I will add that art moves art. If you want to move someone's heart, make sure you are using art. If you are a man dating and the lady is not responding, make sure you use art. You write a poem, you write a song, or you do any piece of art, then the response will be yes. I thank you for this time, and we are very open. We are talking to universities in Rwanda, different universities. We are going in primary and secondary school to tell them that if we use art, our education will go smoothly. And I really hope you started, and from you we can learn more. Let me just say I'm very happy to announce that this festival is officially open. I deserve something.